HarperCollins and HarperAudio present The Social Paradox: Autonomy, Connection, and Why We Need Both to Find Happiness, by William von Hippel. Read by Josh Bloomberg. A note before we begin. For graphs outlining data discussed through this book and additional resources on this topic, don't forget to download the accompanying enhancement PDF from your audiobook provider. For nearly 4 decades, my students have pushed me to think harder and explain better. This book is for you. Introduction. Most of us know people who struggle to be happy despite having it all. I remember visiting my friend Steve after he hit it rich and being blown away by his cushy existence. As I wandered through his extraordinary home, I told him that his life was over the top. Steve admitted that it seemed that way, but then explained to me, with a straight face, that it really wasn't. While I nibbled on his caviar and brie, I learned that the cook didn't get along with the maid. He and his wife couldn't agree on where to go on their next vacation. His daughter was waitlisted at the fancy kindergarten. And the list went on. By the time he finished, I felt so sorry for him that I offered to trade places, if only to sort out this vexing cook-maid problem. At the time, I marveled at Steve's inability to see his own good fortune. But later, as I was reading Frank Marlowe's wonderful book on hunter-gatherers, it occurred to me that I'm just like Steve. And so are you. Although we can't be certain, the data suggests that we're no happier than our distant ancestors, who eked out a living much like the remaining hunter-gatherers do today. The comforts, safety, and ease of our existence make us the equivalent of multi-millionaires by comparison to them. But our ancestors were probably happier than we are. How could that be? There's more than one answer to this question, but I believe an important part of the story lies in the inherent tension between our two most basic needs: autonomy and connection. As you'll hear over the course of this book, these two needs play a fundamental role in nearly all aspects of our lives. Our hunter-gatherer ancestors struck a balance between these needs that worked well. But over time, we've lost that balance by prioritizing autonomy over connection. This modern imbalance explains why so many people fail to appreciate the extraordinary quality of life we have created for ourselves. My hope is that the information in these 12 chapters will not only interest you, but will also guide you as you make decisions about how to balance autonomy and connection in your own life. Part 1 focuses on the evolution of connection and autonomy, and how these needs play a central role in who we are. Part 2 explores major societal forces that influence and reflect these needs, including sex, culture, religion, and politics. As we'll see, these 4 ways of defining ourselves have a major impact on where and how people draw the line between autonomy and connection. Part 3 builds the case that our modern world has eroded our sources of connection by overemphasizing autonomy. These changes were brought about by urbanization, education, wealth, and science, all of which shifted the balance away from connection and toward autonomy. Meanwhile, the changing nature of marriage has at times provided a bulwark against our loss of connection, and at other times exacerbated it. Although some correction to the excessive connection and insufficient autonomy of ancestral life was probably overdue, these chapters show how the pendulum has now swung too far toward autonomy and away from connection, with important and largely unrecognized consequences for human flourishing. Part 4 is designed to help you rebalance your life, if you conclude that it's out of whack after listening to this book. This section provides strategies for easily reconnecting in our busy modern world, and explain why rebalancing is not a one-off decision. With this outline in mind, you're ready to start the book.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?